good interaction. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Asma. And so at this point, I'm going to invite Ali. Science of he is leading the team, and he's going to do a presentation and tell us, what we want to know about the university. So, Ali.
Can you hear me? I think you are still hungry, right? I didn't see the stars. Can you hear me? Thank you. I just want to introduce Dr. Ali. I'm a professor at the Department of Biological Science at the University of Tulsa. I am Director of Global Education at the University of Tulsa, Laura Semen. Then we have student Jason, Emma, or Anna also, Len, Reagan, and Ha, Mai, Becca, and Sabrina. They are all undergraduate students, either senior or junior, and the purpose of our visit here to Ghana was to have a study abroad trip. I'm teaching virology this spring semester, human virology, and we cover all human diseases from HIV, hepatitis, herpes viruses, smallpox, virus evolution, polio, influenza, everything. So we had a spring break, and I have two sections of my course, a total of 37 students. So this is the travel section where they can come abroad and see what is going on with those sexually transmitted diseases caused by viruses, particularly HIV, HPV, or any other viruses that cause cancer. So based on that, we on Saturday, and we will be going back on Saturday back to the US because our spring break will finish, and from Monday next week we will start the remaining semester again. So I want to thank you, all of you, for your time and having university administration to give us their time and have this opportunity to exchange our ideas with you. And if you have any question, please ask as you want. We have a little bit presentation. As soon as it is ready, we can show you some of the university colleges. We have 4 colleges and law school. The total student body is around close to 5,000. 3,700 are undergraduate students and around 1,100 are graduate student we are granting PhD and master granting university. Is a private university in the eastern part of the state. We are in the mid-southern of the United States, close to Texas, Arkansas, and Kansas are our border. And the student ratio to faculty is 11:1. Around 279 faculty in the university. And we have Arts and Science College, Engineering College, Business, and Health College. In the Health College particularly, we are focusing on community medicine, nursing, physician assistants, and we move from engineering, the biology department and biochemistry to the health sciences from next academic year. We have a lot of opportunity for exchange students as well as study abroad both way as well as scholarship. Graduate scholarship for master in PhD, research assistantship, teaching assistantship. So I would recommend everyone to explore the University of Tulsa website. It's www.utulsa.edu. And that way you can explore, all the faculty will respond to you, any program you want, the college dean, the department chair, any particular faculty, everybody has email on their website. And that way, if you want to have further education for your master, PhD, or any other exchange program, feel free to contact us. And you can ask all from Lara, who is also involved too much with the international student exchange program, study abroad, and all those things. So I will stop it here. Is it ready? Not yet? So in the meantime, start any question directed to me or to any of these students, we can start it.
Is there any question? I hope you all heard what he said. Are they mostly freshmen, sophomore, junior, third year? Third year? Okay. Yes, that's the mic.
Please, Nyako Beneza, MBMB level 300. If I heard you well, you said the school is a private university. And I want to know if they accept scholarship or they provide scholarship to foreign students, because I can see white students and then black students, and according to how you are talking, I can realize you're not from the United States. So meaning that the school comprises different countries. So if the school provides a scholarship, okay, can let us also know. Thank you.
Can you repeat?
Thank you very much for the question. Very excited to see all of you here to have interaction with us. I work at the Center for Global Engagement, which is the office or the department at the University of Tulsa that welcome all international students to the University of Tulsa. So we welcome international students for the whole degree or just for a 6-month exchange. So in students coming for the whole degree, I would say it's easier to have a scholarship if you come for the graduate degrees. So if you want to come to get a master's degree or a PhD, it's much, much easier to get a scholarship. Many students come to the University of Tulsa and they get something called a research assistantship. So they work in a lab, for example, like with Professor Ali in his lab, for example. And then when you do that, your tuition fees are all paid for, and you have some money that you receive every month. It's called a stipend. So you get a little money that you can pay for housing, for meals, things like that. So when you have a graduate assistantship or a research assistantship or a teaching assistantship, it helps a lot because it covers a lot of the costs. You still need to have the money for the flight and some maybe additional expenses, but the bulk of it is covered. I can say I'm from Brazil, and I went to study in the U.S. with a graduate assistantship. That's how I could afford to study in the U.S. I applied to different schools, and then one school offered me a graduate assistantship. So then I could get my master's in the U.S., and then I could work there, and so on. So for the undergraduate students, it's harder because we do have scholarships, but the scholarships do not cover the whole amount. So you still have to come up with some money to pay for tuition. And our tuition at the University of Tulsa, unfortunately, is very expensive. But we have some scholarships as well. And there's some other organizations also that give scholarships that we can research and tell you more about. Did I answer you?
For graduates level,
No, undergrad.
that will be the,
So by the time they are leaving, so you need to be applying for the postgraduate scholarship, be able to do their masters.
if they are already in the bachelor, so once they finish their bachelor, then they have to apply for master, right? And for master, you have to have a TOEFL score, which will be much easier for you to take a TOEFL score for all international students, which is IELTS test or TOEFL test. Since English is your official language, so it should not be a problem, but they still require that one. And then the GRE score is also one other test that you have to have that score. That's the graduate school requirement. For the remaining scholarship, you can contact the faculty directly by email. Like I got 2 external grants. I am looking one for master student, one PhD student. Anybody apply with their bachelor and GRE score and TOEFL, and that's the easy process. You know, once you apply, we selected the department level, then we will send all the paperwork for your visa, and then when you come there, your tuition is already covered, and we give stipend for master student, I believe $1,500–$1,600 a month, and for a PhD, $1,800 a month, for living allowance to support your accommodation and your living expenses. You just take classes and, you know, degree requirement, research in the lab, and the coursework. For master, we need 18 credit hours courses, and then 18 credit hour research, 36. For a PhD, we need 72 hours, 36 credit hour courses and 36 credit hour research. So the PhD normally stay for 4 to 5 years, master is 2 years, 4 semesters. We are a big city with 1 million population, with the airport, all the facilities, so finding accommodation is not a big deal, and the cost of living is very low. You can find an apartment, $500–600, 1-bedroom apartment with kitchen and everything. So that can sustain your living expenses and that stipend very well. Okay, this is the University of Tulsa. There we can, okay. So it was founded in almost more years ago, right? Is automatic maybe, is all done right? They want to finish? They want to... Yeah, we are done. Huh? Okay. So you can see the private university, we offer PhD program,
discipline. You can see bachelor, master, and PhD. We are in the top 75 private universities and globally in the top 500 universities. Petroleum engineering is one of the best program. Petroleum engineering and engineering school is one of the best. And then the new program, cyber security, is also started 2-3 years ago. That's the ranking. Next. So these are the quick statistics. As I told you, 3,700 students, total body. And then the undergraduate, and then 1,200, around 1,200 are graduate students. You can see the class average size vary from 11 to 15, average is 13. There are students representing 43 different states, and also international students from 66 different countries. The student-faculty ratio is 11:1, and the freshman class is 488 students. There is one student from Ghana. Was it a graduate?
Right now, there's one student from Ghana.
Yeah.
And we all met them.
So these are all the different programs for undergrad, the career professional development coaches, health and financial well-being, success coaches, which they guide you semester by semester, the course plan, what courses you have to take, and step by step. So you don't need to worry about, they want to keep an eye to make sure you are successful and you are going through slowly to the higher courses. So these are, you can see the mentorship program, internship coordinator, all those, the undergraduate TULSA undergraduate research challenge program. These are the TURK program in the summer, and they are awarded to 120 best undergraduate students. They will be busy in the summer for 150-hour research, and they are paid 2,200 something stipend for the summer. So that expose them to the research on the bench. There is no coursework, and they learn a lot, how research is done, and they have specific projects and all those things. And then in the subsequent year, they can present it, and we have a research colloquium every year at the university for all graduate student, undergrad, that they can present their research in that research colloquium. So study abroad, that's the one that we came here to Ghana. We have different freshmen, undergraduate students, they go to different countries all over the world. Right now there are some in Panama. Lara can tell you on that.
Yes, when students come to TU, there's a lot of international opportunities, because the same way that we have international students come to our campus, we want to get the domestic students also to have a chance to go to different places. So that's why we're here. They want to learn about Ghana, they want to learn about the Ghana culture, a healthcare system. We have a group right now in Panama, we have another group in France, and we're going to have different students going to different places. They're very curious about learning about the world.
Thank you. Okay, we have also a lot of attraction for the students, the sports activity. In Oklahoma, the US football is very, very important as a sports in the college level, the high school level, at every level, and people really entertain, and a lot of attraction, ravers around, a lot of music bands, they come across the US performing, and then the arts center as well. The biology program, in the Department of Biological Science, we have different faculty, more than 10, 11 faculty, and we have diverse program from ecology, molecular biology, microbiology, virology, and then neuroscience. All of those disciplines, those faculties are working, and everybody has graduate student, master or PhD, as well as teaching undergraduate courses as well. So they are heavily busy with both research and teaching. So for undergraduate admission, this is the TOEFL score that just I mentioned before. If you have a 70
score of TOEFL in 4 different sections, reading, listening, and speaking. Or alternatively, you can have ILT score. So either TOEFL or IELTS, which one is better, or you can do. And there is another one, Duolingo English test, that's also PTA. Any of those, you can pick one of that, they're the one you can take, not 4 of them.
And a little tip, if I were you, if you were interested in doing this, I would do the Duolingo because it's online. You can just do at home. It's the cheapest one of all of them. You just go in your computer and then do the test quickly. And I mean, you all already speak fluent English, so it's going to be really quick.
And it should not be a problem for you because you are already speaking English very well. People from non-English country, they can also pass it and they are there and study for their undergrad or master or PhD. So this is the admission application process that is all available online too on the University of Tulsa website. You can take a picture as well. Every year they are, they have a deadline and then they process all the paperwork and everything. For graduate admission, you have to have online application for graduate school. But before you apply to the graduate school, I would recommend to contact the faculty first to make sure that he or she can have the graduate research assistantship or teaching assistantship. That way, once he thinks that you are fit in the system, then he will recommend to apply. And then once you apply, then you are automatically selected. I just offer last fall, this spring, one to India, a student from India, and he's arriving in next month. So that's the way that we, individual faculty will encourage you first to see your particulars, and once he say you apply and put the application online, it means that he want to take you as a research student for master or PhD, depending on the funding. So we have a lot of activities, different association, international student association. Religiously, we have on the campus, the masjid or mosque, the temple, the church, everything. Everybody can exercise their faith freely without any fear, no problem. And we have a lot of association, student body association, they have annual festivals and all those international light as well. We have on-campus housing for undergrad as well as graduate students. At the graduate student, we have cafeteria for undergrad in every dorm and also for every dorm and also for graduate student. If after 1 or 2 semesters you want to get a private apartment out close to the campus, you can do so. You don't need to, for graduate student, you don't need to live. For undergrad, I believe that you have to be on the campus. And that was it. Any question? That's the.
Please, thank you so much for your presentation. Please, I am Maxon. I'm a third-year medical student. Please, I want to find out if you have, in your presentation, you didn't mention of medical school, but I want to find out if there is any, or any hospital attached to your school. I wish I may do my next, or something of that sort, because I have special interest in TULSA. I had applied to TULSA before, and today when I arrived, there is some delegate from TULSA. I have to alter all my plans to accommodate this program. Thank you very much. And then also, if there is any, what are the ways I need to follow in order to have one done?
What did you say? Huh? No.
Please, did you get the question?
Sorry, I didn't understand your question.
Okay. Please, I'm saying that in your presentation,
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't hear you well, but I want to know if there is a medical school attached to your school. I'm a third-year medical student. So, and if there is any prospect of coming to do my next attachment at your place, because I had applied to TULSA before. I have interest in TULSA. So when I learned you are here, I have to to come and hear what you have for the student body?
You mean for admission at the graduate level, undergrad, or just a training program?
Maybe Dr.
Which one is? Yeah.
I think he wants to first find out if there's a medical school in your university. That is one. And the next is that he has ever applied to TULSA for admission. I'm sure he did not get it. Did you? He wouldn't have been here if he got it. I suppose so. So he wants to find out if he wants to come there for an attachment. What is the procedure? Is there a teaching hospital on campus where he might have that opportunity to come on attachment? Because here in UHAS, we give the students that opportunity. I know of the medical school, that arrangement, where they have a program they call the Year Abroad, where there's an exchange. So in the past couple of months, we've received students from Brazil, from Italy, and other places. So he just wants to find out if he wants to do that level of exchange with TULSA, what is the procedure, and is that a possibility?
So for us to do an exchange, the universities have to have a, so we sign an agreement, an exchange student agreement. And then with that, then the students here can go over there, and then the students from there can come over here and stay some time. So right now, this does not exist yet. It's the first time that we come here, and we're just getting to know each other. So we don't have an exchange program at the moment. But not to say we wouldn't have one in the future.
This is where to start from. I want to bring the next few weeks to be making that proposal for an MOU between UHAS and TULSA, and that will form the blueprint for other things to come on board. So where's the value added? Yes. So since you are just in the third year, you have a long way to go. You never know. Maybe from next year, the next few months, once the MOU is signed, and then we are able to have that exchange.
But I'd say just go to the University of Tulsa website and just read the information. We have a lot of information there, information about how to apply, information about the exchange program. So now what you can do just to kind of preparing and thinking is just go to the University of Tulsa website. And I wish there was it like utulsa.edu. So go over there and look. And you can look for the Center for Global Engagement.
Anyone else?
If you have specific question for the health science, the Dean, Ron Walker, interim dean, you can get his email online, go to the health college, and they will give you the whole admission process as well. Yeah.
So it sounds like a good idea is to first go to the website. There'll be detailed information there on all the steps that are required. Whether exchange or doing some kind of attachment or applying to grad school, I'm sure there'll be all those details there. So that would be a good starting point. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions not necessarily related to exchange programs, but academic or social life there, anything like that?
I invite you to ask questions to our students. They are students at the University of Tulsa studying biological sciences. And if you want to ask them about their university life, about the plans after graduation, about medical careers,
Right.
and things like that, whatever you want to know.
Right.
They're already taking courses, so you can ask them what courses they are taking and whatever. Yeah.
Right. So you can engage with the students directly also, they're saying. Any questions?
And if TU students have
The
questions
ladies
for our
in
organic students
spectacles,
as well.
you have some questions for us? You look so sharp. I mean, there must be something wanting to come out. Yeah?
All right, thank you. My name is Ernest.
My question goes to the students, and it's like, we are in Ghana, and you guys are in the US. So, is there any way that even if you guys are going up there, we can still interact with you and learn about you guys?
So Ernest wants to know, after you leave here, how can you get in touch and stay in touch, have a pen? In my day, it used to be called pen pal. So, do you know what a pen pal is? Am I dating myself by using words like that? But yeah, basically, he wants to know how to stay in touch, be communicating and finding out more beyond today. Who wants to go first?
I'll say he can share his email address with us, with me. Now send his email to the students. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the
Just
students can
students.
communicate with them, yes.
Right.
If you just sign up your email address, I will send to the students.
Just throw out your email address. Somebody will catch it. Eh?
And let me also add that, you see, for those of you who don't know where the Office of International Programs is, it's just at the library block, okay, where the ICT Directorate is. So we are always open and waiting for students who might have interest in these kind of opportunities. So once you are in touch with the OIP, you are in touch with them as well, because we have their contacts. And then if there is any peculiar need to connect, we are always ready to support. I am not sure the level of connectivity you want to continue. Is it at the social end or more for you to go for studies? I think we need to be clear more about your question.
Peculiar in a good way. He said peculiar, but not peculiar bad, but...
Okay, let me clarify a little. We know we are young guys coming up and young girls coming up. And meaning, like there are some things I can't throw it to you to get to there. Okay. Sometimes having their snap handles, we discuss some few things. Oh, making friends, having a friend outside the country is kind of vibe. Yeah. Do you understand? Yes, you discuss some few issues. What they've learned in class, we discuss over. They teach, we learn. And before, so that's what I'm trying to say.
Ernest, we were eloquent. You have stated precisely the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. Thank you. Give him a hand.
So he's looking for a friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Or several.
That is it.
The more the better. All right. Okay?
Yeah, so with this, maybe after the discussion, you have the opportunity to
go.
Interact.
Uh-huh. All right. All right. Okay? All right. Anything else? Or do you have anything from up there for them down here?
Or something you want to share with them? What does it look like studying in TULSA? What should they expect? Assuming one day they want to come there, what are your experiences so far that you want to share with them?
Just speaking for, I guess, my experience with the biology professors at TU, I've had a really good experience. Small, and so it's easy to learn. It's easy to get to know your professors, and they really want to help you do well. So I would recommend it.
Thank you. With a similar thing, the professors really want to help you, your classmates want to help you. I am in like half a dozen different group chats for my different classes where we all get together and talk about the homework questions, talk about exam questions. And it's just very much a community-oriented campus where there are always things going on campus, and there are different places on campus where people can study, and you can just find other classmates to study with, and it's very much a community-oriented campus.
Okay, so maybe a few ideas coming up on how we can model some of the things that they're putting into practice. I foresee a situation where, and maybe I'm looking at it from a communication person's lens, where you have your group like they do, and then you guys start interacting on that, exchanging ideas, and then communicating back so that you're learning from each other. I mean, it doesn't have to be in person, you know? So there's some food for thought. Anything else? Or any contributions from up there? Hey, ladies, you don't have any questions? Or because there's only one gentleman on the panel?
Thank you very much. My name is Festus, and my question has to do with the further studies. Over here in UHAS, some of the courses we run, we are told after the courses, for a course like the medical biochemistry, molecular biology we are doing, we are being told we could further sometime later straight into medicine for our masters if we want to. So I want to ask at TULSA, the various programs you have for the masters and then the PhD, which courses can you further, and then which certificate or which field will you further in? And after furthering your studies at TULSA, are you assured of employment in the US? Or maybe after the certificate, you are asked to go back and then go and look for your own, like, as in you are on your own, that kind of situation. Thank you very much.
Okay, if I heard the question correctly, you want to see that either master should be better to start or PhD, right? First like that, and how is the climate or environment there? Was it?
So, what programs can they continue their studies in?
Ah, okay. So if you're looking for a graduate student, like graduate study, an international student, if you haven't done master, my recommendation to start master first, right? So because their 2-year period, you will get used to the environment, universities, courses, everything. And then in our department, if you come for a master, then we can always, after you graduate with a master, we can give you admission towards the PhD. So you can have 2 degrees with that. And if you perform much better with master, then we can just give you 2 more years to directly graduate with a PhD rather than master. So you don't need to spend 6 years, 4 years in PhD and 2 years in master. It all depends on your motivation, hard work, and academic progress. And climate-wise, we get 1 to 2, twice a year the snow. So the temperature can go to -8, and so that will be something new if you haven't, exposed to snow here. Other than that, is very beautiful climate and weather.
And what are the opportunities for retention? So he's asking, after the program...
After you finish, whether master or PhD, like I have international student from Sri Lanka. She finished PhD. Before she graduated, she got a job as an assistant professor in one of the regional university. Another student from Nepal, he finished PhD in my lab and he got a postdoc in the University of Arkansas. Another student, Catherine, she was a local student, she finished and she found a job in one of the measles vaccine lab in Kansas State. So the opportunity enormous. Is all depend how you are motivated, how you build up your resume and your research and your publication. If you do maintain your good grade and you are, learn all the techniques that you can put it on your resume, and when you graduate, even before graduation, you will get a job. My son, he was a computer science software engineering. 3 months before graduation, he got 5 offers. That many jobs are in the US. in every field. So I don't think so you're going to come home back. Maybe for vacation, but we will give you a lot of jobs there.
Okay. There's a hand up.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Emmanuel. Please, I want to ask, we know that getting a scholarship is a very competitive thing, that we have to get a very good transcript or you get a very good CGPA to boost your chances of getting a scholarship. So aside getting all that, what other qualities or skills do you need to get that if you are applying for a scholarship in US or TULSA University, you may have the chances of getting? That's my first question. My second question goes to applying for scholarship. In some schools, they ask you to pay for application fee. Is the TULSA ready to waive an application fee for anybody who is willing to apply? And thirdly, in getting a scholarship, sometimes they ask you to speak to professors if they are willing to take you into their labs before you get to know. Or TULSA, you just have to apply as a graduate student and then you'll be picked into the lab, or you have to talk to professors outside the whole schedule if they are willing to, accept it into their lab before you go ahead to apply. I want to know this. Thank you very much.
For graduate student, of course, you don't want to have a GPA of 2 during your bachelor. Anything 3 and above will give you a competitive advantage. Of course, the better is good, 3.5, 3.4, 3.6, but we only don't give whole weight to the GPA. We want to see your TOEFL score, your GRE score, your overall academic, like all the 4 years, not only one semester. Some student, when they start their bachelor, the first 1 or 2 semester, there might be so many things, transition from the high school, then family issue happen, and they had a bad grade. But then in the second year and third year, they pick up and they improve. So we look at the overall, your focus on the study. So that's one aspect, the transcript, anything 3.0 and above. The GRE's minimum, the score, or the TOEFL, then you have to write your personal essay, that why you want, that's, you can get that information from other students, but just your own way to, your interest, your motivation, what you want to achieve, what is your long-term goals, and all those things. When you are applying and you email to the graduate school that you have financial issue or you cannot afford for application fee, definitely we have circumstances that they can waive the application fee, I think, which is, I believe, $50 something. So, but you have to write something, that I have financial issue, I have a lot of siblings, or something, going on, medical issue at home, and I'm not able to afford that one. Would you be able to waive that fee? So yes, we can do that.
And the last bit of his question is, usually some would ask you to have a professor through whom the application is done. In the case of TULSA, is it the same?
If you write your personal essay and you did not mention, just like I told you before, you had to contact the professor. So that way in your application essay, your personal essay, you can mention that I want to work, say, with Professor Ali. I have already talked to him. So when you apply to the graduate school, your application will come to the department. We have a graduate committee, and if they see that my name is there, they will send the application to me. Do you accept the student? Or you already have in contact with them in conversation? And then if I say yes, then they will approve it, and that's it. But if you did not mention your professor, and then they don't know to whom they send it. We are 10 faculty or 12 faculty, and you did not show your interest. You want to work in microbiology, virology, genetics, neuroscience, what are your interests? If you have your essay is very journal, and then they will circulate it to the whole faculty, but that will be depend, the faculty might not give that much attention until somebody has already in need, then they will directly contact you. So it's always better to have communication by email. It doesn't cost anything, and that way you can introduce yourself that you are already studying or you're going to be graduating in the next 3-4 months, and you are looking for the fall 2024 for master or PhD, and what are the opportunities in your lab. Please guide me or please let me know. And they will respond quickly to you.
Thank you. At the back.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Ebenezer Sem. I know very well that foreign schools who give scholarships to students to go and study outside, mostly at the master's level. Sometimes they go and finish the course and come back, and you don't really see the impact of the program they've gone to do, especially in their life and their community they are coming from. And so you wonder which kind of schools they've gone outside to go there, to go and do their masters. So I want to verify from our noble team that is here the level of quality of the programs they offer at TULSA University. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, hello, young man. So, if I heard you right, you are asking whether the programs that are done there, they are of good quality, or what is the level of the quality of those programs with respect to the job market? Okay.
Quality. So all of our faculty, when they are hired as an assistant professor directly, they have to have a PhD. You know, and they have to have the research, high quality research. So when we go through in the first 5 years, we have to show our teaching, our research publication, our grants and everything. If you survive, there are 3 reviews, first year, third year and fifth year. Then after that you get promotion to associate and become full tenure. So all of them, they are going through that vigorous review process. And these are the students, they can ask them, they have taken classes with different professors in biochemistry department and physics and biology. So they can speak to you about that because we are delivering the lecture. So they are the assessor, the end consumer, and they can give you their experience that what is the quality of the TU. We are already in the top in the private school, in the top 50 ranking wise. And the rank definitely speak for itself, you know. So,
I just wanted to, the last bit of his question. So how marketable are these programs at the job market? So you are done with the program. What are the job opportunities for programs of that nature?
So the job opportunity you are looking in the US or in Ghana. If you want, yeah, anything you graduate there with the University of Tulsa, as I told you, in my lab, nobody is jobless. They got the job very quickly. But if you have a US degree from the University of Tulsa and you come back here, definitely you will have high opportunity to get a job, whether in academia, whether in the research, or any other institution in Ghana, federal level and everything. So all of them depending, like your interest, it all depend on your interest and motivation. Doesn't matter, like some departments, even designing, you know, like there are some students, they are interested in designing, but the moment they graduate, designing is nowadays in high, as far as you keep your academic level high enough and you know the field, you will get a job, you know. Even as a medical, if you are not a good medical student, you come out and you can't treat the student, nobody come to your clinic. People will say, don't go to, he doesn't know nothing. So it's all depend that you love your job, your profession, you are motivated, you are not just do it to pass the time and salary. You have to contribute from every aspect, whatever profession you have, to the society, to the community, and then that way you will go through professionally and grow professionally.
I was just going to talk about my experience. As an undergrad, I'm a fourth year, so a senior studying in biology. All the professors are very knowledgeable. After every semester, they do like a final exam, and usually you learn a lot. It's very intensive and detail-oriented over all the information that you learn, and you'll definitely be prepared for any next courses or graduate level courses that you want to take at TU.
So in every class is just not only teaching, we are giving the student the term paper for the course to have some writing, research-oriented topic. Sometime in some classes we do expect from the student to give a presentation on a particular topic as well. So, and then the professor should be prepared to give every aspect to the student and involve student. Everybody has different style, but in my class, I always give opportunity to the student, think about it, what do you think about this? Surprise quizzes, extra points, all those things are part of motivation for the student to keep them engaged. So, of course, the professor wants that you work hard and be successful.
Okay. On that note, we have come to the end of engagement with them.
Is there a burning one? It's not burning. All right.
Oh.
So let's give him the last opportunity.
Okay.
So
This will be the last contribution. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask, apart from your study abroad program, from which we actually got the opportunity for this seminar, are there other ways you communicate with international students that are not yet in the university? So, for example, do you offer online seminars and all that? Yeah. Eh?
Oh, sorry. Did you hear the question?
So on campus, we have a lot of clubs and organizations like AIS, which is a body of club for international students. We also host like International Bazaar, and where international students from all our countries come and showcase their culture. All the students on campus try different types of food, and we just like have a yearly celebration of international different cultures from different countries on campus. Other than that, many of the clubs on campus do host events. They may be monthly or every other month, where they like celebrate a certain holiday or want to teach other students on campus about their culture or experiences. Yes, we also, TU also provides tutoring for students, so that like every day you can go to the tutoring center, and they'll be able to help with all the class needs too.
Like the tutor program is particularly for those students who are in the sports and they miss the class on that university assignment, so they have tutor program to recover that lecture if they have difficulty or they don't have time to go to the professor in his office hour or her office hour. But other student international, if they see some difficulty, they can use their tutoring program too to compensate, for the time, or if they miss or they cannot get, much better perception of their topic or their lecture.
I was excited about this question because that's what we do in my office. We help international students to feel welcome at the University of Tulsa. So when you're applying, we start communicating with you, so you know what to expect when you arrive in Tulsa. So we give you a lot of information. We have some Zoom meetings before you arrive. You can sign up to just learn more about TU. We help you with housing or different things to get prepared. And then when you get your flight and you arrive in Tulsa, we'll pick you up in the airport. If you tell us which flight you're taking to arrive, we can pick you up in the airport, we bring you to campus, and then we have an international student orientation where we tell you about how to be successful at the University of Tulsa campus and give you a lot of information about immigration, about U.S. culture, about banking, about health in the U.S., all different things during orientation, and you meet other international students. And then we also join the regular student orientation. So then you get to meet all the domestic students, all the US students, or the non-international students, and you start making friends with them. And you're going to have your peer group with other American students as well, or other students from all different places. So we have a lot of support, a lot of services. Our office is open every day, 8 to 5. International students can come and ask any questions and get help for anything. We have events, we have workshops, and I said 8 to 5, but if something happens at 11 at night, somebody's going to be there to answer the phone and help you as well, because we have a system on campus that we can help you pretty much 24/7. And have a very vibrant campus life. Like Jason was saying, we have a lot of clubs and organizations, and all the events that happen on campus, they're all free. So you can participate in all different events. Yes, for TU students. So you can come to the bazaar, the international night, a lot of a movie night, or all different kinds of things that once you're a TU student, those events are all free, and you don't have to pay anything extra just to be part of the vibrant campus community. So thank you for asking about this.
All right. On that note, who's going to do the vote of thanks? You or Professor Asma? From within the student body? Okay. Okay. So we need a volunteer to do the vote of thanks.
Let me just add that I've noticed the level and I think we all deserve a proper hand of applause. Let's give ourselves a big one. Very, very big one. And then, of course, to the team here, let's give it up to them as well. It's not easy to, respond to questions, all the time. So the fact that they're able to give you the answers and all of that alone is huge. Having said that, by way of announcement, that the OIP, that's the Office of International Programs, is available from Monday to Friday. The office is opened. Who has an interest not only to join TULSA, but in institution outside. Please come over. We are please be rest assured that we will support you in that light, because that is what at the end of the day we can have a dense experience in the international. So thank you very much. I'll hand over to Director PA to wind up. I know the Holy Spirit is going to direct her to land on one particular person for the vote of thanks.
Okay. I think that, in all fairness, we should take a volunteer from the other gender, what do you say? I think there has been some imbalance in the way things have ruled from this floor. So on that note, we want a lady to volunteer, or we want a gentleman to volunteer a lady to come and give us the vote of thanks. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, come on. Give it up for the lady in the Pompidou. Meet me halfway. Climb.
Good evening. On the first note, we'd like to thank the Almighty God for a successful meeting, and we also like to thank Him for giving the TULSA University this idea to come down to Ghana, UHAS, to have this kind of interaction with us. I would also like to thank the school authorities of UHAS for accepting the people from TULSA, and also to you guys from TULSA. We are very grateful for this program, and it's been very interactive and educative, and we hope that one day we'll make it to your school too. And to my colleagues, the students, thank you all for being here, and I pray that the Lord will help us to also get to TULSA, and God bless all of you for making it to this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, lady. Very well done. Okay. And on that note, we are done. We something good in terms of memory from your visit to Volta region, oxygen.
Thank you. Can you say, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I have a few pens from the University of Tulsa, so whoever asks the question, if they want to come up and get a pen.
Oh, okay.
I have a pen.
Okay. So for those of you who asked questions, you remember yourselves. I remember you, Ernest and Co., who had some questions that you asked and you helped make the interaction sweet. They have some gifts for you. Please come up here so I can see your face and eliminate those who should not be. It is limited, so first come, first serve.
Okay, all those who ask questions. Wow. Let's include them who gave the Thanksgiving.
Vote of thanks, where are you?
Yeah, the vote of thanks.
Okay. This will motivate you to write your application. One more.